guys! Welcome back to our channel, Plots with a Twist,
where we discuss books,
amongst other things.
And today, we wanted to get into a little quick something. So, was looking at just our rated books, you know, because we just started recently. Have you always rated your books on Goodreads?
Since I've been using Goodreads, yes. I always put a rating there. But I haven't been using Goodreads for that long. Probably for maybe a year and a half. Like when we first started reading together, we didn't use Goodreads.
Oh.
Or I've been using it for as long as you've been using it. Recently, right?
Well, yes. So today we wanted to get into some of our highest rated books as well as some of our lowest rated books according to Goodreads ratings.
Yes.
So let's get into it.
An interesting list.
Yes. Okay, you want to start or?
Okay, I'll start.
We're gonna do highest first.
So my highest rated book out of all the books, and I believe, just for reference, I believe I have 80 books rated on Goodreads right now.
Ooh, you good.
79. And
she know the number
because I was just looking at it. But the highest rated book for me is a Game of Thrones book, number 3 in the series. So I believe I rated it. Oh, I forgot to look at that. I think I rated it 4 stars, and Goodreads as a whole, I think it's rated as 4.64, almost 5 stars. So yeah, that was my, and that is the one. That's the Game of Thrones book where Robb is the king in the north, and they're just getting news of the White Walkers and all that.
Look at you!
I just looked at the synopsis. I couldn't remember. I read that book so long ago. And, of course, seen the show. But, yeah, it's been a while. So, yeah, that's my highest rated. What's yours, Kristen?
Okay, so I was trying to, separate them because they have, similar ratings. But it should be very apparent that it's Harry Potter. So, out of the ones I've read, which is all of them, the 7th one is rated the highest at 4.6. Yeah, but that one was really.
I was gonna say that's what I should have started at.
That one was, no. You gotta get the story up until that point. But that one was really good. J.K. Rowling ended the series so nicely. You weren't.
That's the last book in the series.
Yeah, that's the last book. Okay. I mean, I'm sure some people out there were disappointed in certain things, certain aspects, certain deaths, certain, people who survived, whatever. But I think her twist and her turns and how the story just came together, it just really solidified her as an author, this series as something to be read for generations to come, and why it has so much hype. So I can definitely understand why the 7th one is rated the highest, because it wasn't, unless you just really nitpicked, she ended it in a way that just was satisfying. So yeah, but I've just grouped it all together and said Harry Potter, period, is my top rated books, because most of them, if I'm looking at my list, a good 3 or 4 of them are at the top of all the books I've read. So Harry Potter, duh.
She's so happy that that's the highest rated. Okay, so second highest rated for me, The Hate You Give is my second top rated book, highest rated book, and I believe I gave it 4 stars. And I remember really thoroughly enjoying the book. That was something that I think Kristen picked. Did you pick that up for us to read at the time, or how did we even find out about it? I can't remember.
It was everywhere. I feel
it was just, yeah. And there's a black author and about a young black teen and all the stuff that's going on right now, honestly. So of course we were interested in reading it, and it was worth all the hype. It was really well written, and the voices of the teenagers were very authentic to how we talk or talk back then, and as teenagers, as younger adults. So that was a good one. Yeah, y'all know about that book. I feel like it's been everywhere. So
that was also my second highest at 4.52. And I gave it 5. How you give it 4?
I might have given it 5. I'll go ahead and look back so Kristen can put it in the description box if I gave.
I mean, it's not that serious to really
No, because I want to give people their flowers. So I might have gave it 5 though. But I don't give many books 5 stars, so that's why I feel like. Not even because it's always something I feel like you can improve upon. They could have did. But I could see me giving it 5 stars, though. I could see me giving it 5 stars.
It may not seem because I feel like we never really discussed the 5-star book, for us on our channel. So it may seem like we rarely give 5 stars, but I give a lot of books 5 stars.
I give a lot of books 4 stars.
Yeah, I give a whole bunch 4 stars.
Because if I'm giving you 3 or 2, girl, that mean the book was 3. It was very much mediocre.
Yeah,
very much,
like I got through
very
it.
much okay read. Not mad that I read it, but not running home to tell anybody else about it.
Yeah.
Type of book. So
very true. All right. So for us again, second, that was mine as well. So for your third rated.
So for my third rated, I've got Becoming by Michelle Obama, and y'all know that I've raved about that book all the time. Like I love that book. I try to make Kristen read it. Have you read it?
I have it.
It's in that fact that you haven't read it, but it was such a good book. You guys.
It's 4.55.
Okay, so and I probably gave it 4. I might have gave that 5 stars. I
was gonna say 4.
I'm gonna look afterwards, but I love that book because when I first started it, I was kind of just like, I don't know, like it wasn't grabbing me, bringing me in, but I also wasn't in the right mind space. I feel like when I first started to read it, then I went back and read it and just fell in love with the Obamas all over again because it was just so much about them that I didn't know, especially about Michelle. And just hearing her talk about her journey from like when she was a little girl all the way up until after they left office was just really interesting and really inspiring. Like, not to sound cliche, but it really does give you something to like, puts a little fire up under you because the first lady, Michelle Obama, like the first black first lady, and to know that she's just like really like a regular girl from Southside Chicago is just really interesting. I love her story. So that's my third highest rated book.
I plan on reading it, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm sorry. It's just daunting. It's a daunting book. Like I look at it.
I know you feel like that, but once you start reading it, you're gonna. It flows. It really does. You get interested, enthralled.
Okay, my third highest rated. We probably should have did backwards. But it's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
My third highest rated is The Girl with the Louding Voice. So that's coming in at, let's see what's the Goodreads, 4.5. I think I gave it a 4. So if you don't know Girl with the Louding Voice, it's about a young girl who wants an education. She's caught up in just the kind of traditions of her village. Where girls are sold off to marriage just so they can make, their families can make ends meet. She get into this marriage situation with this guy who she's his third wife, and basically something happens where she runs off and ends up becoming a house girl, and she's curious as to what happened to the previous house girl because it's so much allure and mystery around her disappearance. So it was a really good book, especially for that to be the author's debut. I believe that was her first book. And yeah, it was really interesting. It was really good. There was certain things about it that of course warranted me to give it a 4, but I overall enjoyed the story. So I can see why it is higher rated on Goodreads. So all right, so let's get into the low
rated books. The ones at the bottom. Poor babies.
Poor babies. Okay, let me go back out so I can get you your ratings. You want to start with yours or me?
So my lowest rated book is The Nest by Cynthia.
That's your lowest?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay. So we're coming back.
Because the lowest is at the very bottom.
So we get boom, 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 and then we're going boom, boom,
boom.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my lowest, like at the very bottom of the list is The Nest. And what I remember about that book, I think I rated it like 3 stars. I might have gave it 3 or 4, but I just remember it.
I didn't rate it.
It being I don't remember. I remember the story about like the family and the inheritance and. But it's just, even now trying to think about it, like I can't remember like exactly what the climax and everything was.
The oldest sibling, he had a situation where they had to tap into the family's trust fund.
Because he had crashed the car, was doing drugs. I remember that.
Doing drugs, had the girl with him.
Yeah, it was a whole mess. Yeah, he was a mess, and then they had all the siblings.
I think what made that book just be that low rated on Goodreads was the overall ending. Like, no one seemed to most of the siblings seemed like they grew a bit from the situation, but it's kind of like there was nothing that came out of the whole situation, especially for the main character, the oldest sibling who cause so much strife for his siblings. So I think that's probably why it just didn't end in a way that was satisfying. So I think people was just like, boom. But
I feel it. Yeah.
I remember. Okay, that is on my lower rated. But okay, so my
what's your
lowest? My lowest of the low. I should have known. A Simple Favor.
Ooh. That book you made me buy as a horrible movie that they made into a horrible movie.
I made you buy that?
Yeah, you did. Before you knew it was bad, yeah.
Okay.
At a book sale.
So sometimes when we go to book sales, we just pick up random books. And if I already have it, I'll be like, Asia, get this one.
Yeah, we try to get books that we both like, so we can read the same books or whatever. But.
So I read this, and you guys already know if you've watched any of our previous videos where I've trashed this book. But this book, the plot was horrible. The climax was horrible. It wasn't a good book. It just wasn't at all.
I didn't read the book, but I saw the movie, and the movie was bad. And I love me some Blake Lively and the other girl. What's her name?
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, I like both of them, and the movie was bad. The movie sucks.
Oh, I didn't say. So Ness had 3.42, and then A Simple Favor had 3.23. I think I gave it a 2. I did, because I was like,
yeah, you was over it.
I finished it. And that's only more so me trying to make sure I finish what I start. Right. Now that I've gotten to a point in my reading journey where I'm like, okay.
Because a book could always get better at the end. So you don't want to trash it, especially if you haven't finished it. But it's like, sometimes it's just like a no-go. But yeah,
that one I was just like, it was short and easy. So that's part of the reason I finished it. But yeah, I was just like, why? Yeah. It was just like, why?
Like what? Yeah, it was a lot of why. Even in the movie, I was like, what? Like, I can't. Okay, so my second to last, the lowest rated book is American Spy by Lauren Wilkenson. And I really enjoyed that book. I have to go back. I think I rated it 4 stars.
No, you rated it 3.
Oh shoot. Look, I be lying on here. I can't remember, guys. I have a bad memory. But I enjoyed the book because I just really enjoyed the concept of, like, a black CIA, or she was FBI, a black FBI agent living in New York, or CIA agent.
She was FBI, but she got approached by a CIA agent.
Yeah, it was that type of tea, like that type of book, and I enjoyed the story. I just enjoyed the the setting, the characters, but the story, it did at times, it ebbed and flowed. It ebbed too much. Like it just went down too much, and it didn't pick back up enough. And I felt like with the story, it just it would build momentum and you get excited, and then it would kind of just go flat. Yeah. And that's what I think made it 3 stars for me. But other than that, I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to reading some more stuff from her. But yeah, it was just kind of the story just was a lot of things I feel like she could have left out. But overall, it was a good book. I still would tell people to read it,
Yeah, it got a 3.5 on Goodreads. Yeah, I actually enjoyed that as well. But I can definitely agree.
See why it's lowly rated.
Yeah, I can see why some people it didn't resonate with some people. Especially if you think about a spy novel and then you're getting a novel about feelings. It's like
very much feeling. And I want that too in my spy novels, but it was too much feeling and not enough. I'm not even gonna say not enough action, just not enough progression in the story. Yeah.
All right, so my second to last is one I read. This is, again, back at the beginning of my reading journey when I was trying to feel like I was like, oh, I read.
Like you read.
Right.
Reading anything.
I bought this at Barnes & Noble's. And I read
the real bookstore.
Right. I bought it at Barnes & Noble's, read it, took it back.
Oh wow! Barnes & Noble's, come get her.
I made sure I didn't once I got to a certain point and realized I wasn't gonna keep that book.
Yeah, he was like,
I was like,
that's
okay,
funny.
But it's I Love You, Beth Cooper. Even the movie was bad.
I remember the movie. I didn't realize it was based on a book.
You know what? It's I even then I was kind of like, okay, I didn't know the process of breaking down whether a book is good or bad, but I just knew it was something that I didn't want to keep in my collection even then. And I was a young, little thing back then when I read that. So, So now looking back, I'm like, I read that book, but I can't even remember what it was about. It was about this boy. He has a night where all these things go wrong, and he's trying to profess his love to this girl he has this crush on. I have no idea, but it's like supposed to be like these hijinks happen to this young boy. And yeah, I think I rated it like a 2 stars. On Goodreads, it got an average of 3.29. So yes, I agree. I agree with that.
Very much low rated.
Yes.
I never read that book, so I can't. Right. I don't have an opinion.
So your top rated, low rated book.
My top rated, low rated book is another book that I actually enjoyed. I know, right? Is another book I feel like we both enjoyed. But it was low rated, girl. Is Landline. And what I do remember about this book, because she deals with the, what's it called? Realism.
Magical realism.
Magical realism.
Okay, I was like, what you talking about? Even though that's the term I taught her.
Right. She does that where it's like, you know, these extra ordinary things like happen in like the real world, real time. So it's not like a science fiction setting or anything, but these like, you know, these magical things be happening to the characters. And I really enjoyed that. And I remember about this book, it was very much, I feel like it was very much sappy and like love, like at the end, like towards the end, because it was like about, you know, trying to reconnect with her husband, and that's what I remember.
It was like a story. So it was basically a story of this woman. Her and her husband were on the outs, and they finally, like, because she kept choosing her career and things she had to do.
Yes, trying to get a chance to do things over.
Right,
again
and she was given a chance to make a show. Because she was like a screenwriter or something like that, or producer.
TV scriptwriter.
Yeah, and so she had to stay home for the holidays. And normally her husband would stay, but he was like, no, I'm leaving. So it's just like this magical phone landline that she would call and speak to a younger version of her husband.
Right, so it was like she was doing things over again.
Yes, but
so that's what I enjoyed about it. And I believe I just looked at this too. I think I gave it, I didn't rate it. I had just rated it. I think, right? That's the one I had just rated.
Yeah.
I think I gave it 3 stars. I don't know.
Well, Goodreads gave it 3.55.
Yeah. I liked Eleanor and Park better. What else did we read by her? Did I read something else by her? You probably read more.
Not that I can recall.
Okay.
I
just
planned on reading some other ones, but I just didn't.
Okay.
I do have Carry On.
What's the other one she had?
Is it called Carry On? And then Wayward Son, the little series with the vampire. Yeah, I do have those, and I do plan on reading them soon. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, so out of the 2 books that I read by her, I did like the other one better, but it was still good. Like Landline was still like a good, cute read. So
okay, my top rated, low rated book at 3.49 is Luckiest Girl Alive.
Oh, I have that book.
By
I was supposed to read that.
Jessica Knoll. So that one was kind of about this girl. She's kind of turned her life around from a traumatic event, and she is asked back to do this interview. And so she's trying to get everything situated. So it kind of flips between her getting herself together so she can go back to the town and be like, hey, I'm a different girl now. And then it goes to the past as to who she was in high school and what this actual event was that shaped her or shifted her world so vastly. So I actually enjoyed the process of reading it. I can kind of see why it got lower ratings, because it was kind of like very, very, very much predictable. And then the main character wasn't exactly that likable. But other than that, I mean, it was okay. It's not something that like, ooh, yes, but at the same time it wasn't
horrible.
It wasn't horrible, so but it's 3.49, so that's kind of like middle. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So yeah, those are our top rated and lowest rated books.
It's all kind of out of order, but hopefully you follow along. It's boom, 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 and then it's boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So get with it. So yeah, we just wanted to come and do this video for you guys. Hopefully it was entertaining, and feel free to let us know, like, what's your top rated book? Because I was surprised to see Game of Thrones up there. Like,
how?
I don't know. I forgot I read that, and then I don't know. I just feel like I read so much. Like, there's so many other books.
Right. But that is, yeah.
You know, like,
I wasn't surprised to see Harry Potter, but
not surprised, but I don't know, yeah. Because it's a popular.
Yeah,
it's a popular,
I wasn't surprised to see Harry Potter, but at the same time, like, my other ones, I'm like, I thought I read a lot more for these. Like, I feel like these are the same books I've already talked about.
Right.
So yeah, I thought it would be some more in the mix, but hey,
the lowest rating gave us our variety.
Right.
That was
All right, so just leave comments below. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're talking about, what you're reading, your highest rated books, your lowest rated books.
Yeah, give me your lowest rated. I want to see what trash y'all reading.
Yeah. All right, and like,
comment,
subscribe, ring the bell, and
we'll see you next time.
We're feeling our wine. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye guys.